Happy Thursday, Kinders! Earlier this week, we were talking about using addition to solve math problems. But now, we're going to talk about subtraction. And we're going to review how we can use subtraction to take things away. So put your math brain on so that we can get ready with math. Today, we're going to be talking about how to use subtraction to take away. So let's look at the word subtraction. And let's spell it. S-U-B-T-R-A-C-T-I-O-N. Subtraction. That is how we spell subtraction. So what is subtraction? So subtraction can mean two things. It can mean you're taking something away, or something's leaving, or you're looking for the difference between two things. So when you take away, something leaves or is taken away. So it leaves or it's taken away from a group. So you already have a group of something, and then part of it leaves or is taken away. So you can show takeaway by crossing out, and I'm going to show you how to do that later. So for example, if we had 5 cats dancing and we wanted to show a subtraction story, we could see we had 5 cats dancing and then 2 left. So they were taken away from the group of 5. So writing a subtraction sentence. When we're writing a subtraction sentence, we're going to use the minus sign. This is the minus sign right here. That's what that looks like. Minus is spelled M-I-N-U-S. That's how you spell the word minus. And we're also going to use the equal sign. We talked about the equal sign for adding, and it means a little bit different in a subtraction sentence than it does for adding. But this is our equal sign right here. And equals is spelled E-Q-U-A-L-S. So let's look at our dancing cats again. They're having a great time dancing to some fun music. And let's come up with our subtraction sentence for them. So we had 5 cats. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we had some leave. And I said earlier that you can show takeaway or you can show minus by crossing out. So we had this many leave. So we had 5 cats and then 1, 2 left. And this is how we would show that in our number sentence, our subtraction sentence. So this is what we're going to use to write our subtraction sentence. So here's our minus sign right here, and then here's our equal sign right here. So we started with 5 cats. So we always start with how many were in our group first. So we had 5 cats in our group first. And then we said we had 2 cats leave. So 5 minus, take away, 2 equals, then we're going to count how many we have left. 1, 2, 3. So this is how many are left over. So we would add that number after our equal sign. So in equals, for subtraction, means how much is left over in a takeaway story. What is left over? So you can use a picture to help you write a subtraction sentence. So what we're going to do first is we're going to count how many we have all together in the group. How many avocados do we have all together? So let's go ahead and count them. We're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 all together. And then we're going to count how many are crossed out. How many do we have that are leaving or going away? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 that are leaving or going away. So we can say the subtraction sentence, 7 take away 4. So 7 take away 4. And now we're going to show how can we write that in using our minus sign and our equal sign. So remember, we're going to start with the number for the whole group, and that's our number 7. We had 7 in our whole group, so that's our number that goes first, 7. And then we had 4 leave. We had 4 avocados leave. And so 7 minus 4 equals, we have to count and see what is left over. How many are left over? So I'm going to circle the number that are left over. We already wrote our numbers to count them. 1, 2, and 3. So there are 3 left over. So you can say that 7 take away 4 is 3. So you can also make your own picture if you have a subtraction problem that's asking you to take away. So let's read this subtraction problem. It says Miss Yaklin has 10 falcon feathers. She gave 7 falcon feathers away. How many falcon feathers does she have now? So when we're looking at our subtraction problems, we're going to start with how many falcon feathers did I have first? And that'll be this number right here, 10. I started with 10 falcon feathers, so I'm going to use my 10 frame. I'm going to draw 10 circles to represent my falcon feathers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And so that's how many I started with. So if it's how many I start with, I'm going to put that number in my sentence first, because that's the number that I'm going to start with. So 10 minus, we have to find out how many we're minusing, how many we're taking away. We have to look back and say, how many did I give away? How many did I get rid of? So it says she gave away 7 falcon feathers. So I'm going to take the number 7. I'm going to go to my picture. I'm going to cross out 7 of my circles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so I cross out 7 circles, so I'm going to write the number 7 after my minus sign. So 10 take away 7 is, and then we have to count to figure out what it is. We have to count what's left over. So let's count what is left over. 1, 2, 3. So what is left over is 3 falcon feathers. So we're going to write the number 3 after our equal sign. So you can write the subtraction sentence, 10 take away 7 is 3. And the sentence with the minus and the equal sign says the exact same thing. It says 10 minus 7 equals 3, where 10 take away 7 is 3. Okay, so we're going to try some word problems. So Miss Yaklin has 3 toy cars. She gives a car to 3 of her friends. How many toy cars does Miss Yaklin have left? So we're going to start with how many did I have first? I had 3, so I'm going to draw 3 circles. 1, 2, 3. And then I gave 3 cars to my friends. So I'm going to cross out 3 of my circles. 1, 2, 3. You might be thinking, oh, well, Miss Yaklin, you crossed out all the circles. What does that mean for how many are left over? Well, let's think about it. What happens when we give all of our things away? If I had a bunch of apples to hand out to the class, if I brought apples for everyone in class and I gave you all an apple, how many would I have left? Let's see. So I started with 3 toy cars. I took away 3 toy cars. And now I don't have any more counters to count over. So if I don't have any more counters left after I cross them out, I don't have any more to circle, and that means I have 0 left. So 3 take away 3 is 0. So let's do one more problem. It says there are 9 apples on the tree. Rital picks 2 apples. How many apples are left on the tree? So remember, we're going to start with how many we had first. So we had 9. So let's go ahead and count 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And Rital picked 2 apples. So she picked 2 apples. I'm going to cross out 2 apples. 1, 2. And now I'm going to fill out my subtraction sentence. So we started with 9 apples, and then we took away 2 apples, and now let's see how many we have left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 left over. So that is how many that are left. And we're going to put that after our equal sign. So all of these problems are about taking things away. So you have a group, you have some things in front of you, and then you either give them away to other people or they disappear somehow. So if you have cookies on a plate, you have 8 cookies on a plate, and then you eat 3 of those cookies, they're disappearing into your mouth as you're chewing and swallowing, and they're not on the plate anymore. So you're taking them away with your mouth. So this is how we use take away in our math.